One of the challenges was when we went overseas and tried to translate humor to another
I
audience.
thought it was going to be easy because I'd been there in the 80s with the soccer team, early 80s. We did public high schools.
Yeah.
And I got up and talked about my mom. The mama's stories translated well, so I thought all things did. But boy, it was a little scary when we got up there, and the only one we could hear laughing was Russ Taff because he was laughing that we were bombing. Russ always laughed hardest when we were going in the toilet. You hear crickets and Russ.
We were in Ireland, and I can remember the first night. And you know what? I played it back the other night when we were getting ready to do this. And you were a lot better than what I think. But that night you came back and you said, "There's not a part of my body that's dry." You were sweating. You were sweating.
My whole body broke out in hives. And I remember passing after we just done that monologue. I passed the choir, and several of them heard me say, "I wish I was dead."
Here it is, okay. But you know what? They were a wonderful audience.
It wasn't their fault.
Yeah, and they loved you a lot better than than you felt. And we are excited to finally be in Northern Ireland. It took us 3 years to finally work this out. And we have met some of the most beautiful people in the world here today. And yesterday, we've been here. In fact, we've been here for 3 days.
I know it.
And we've had a wonderful time.
And I want to thank you personally, Bill, for letting me come with you.
It's good to have you, Mark.
And to fly up in coach instead of baggage this time. Food's a lot better up there. Of course, I know you guys all flew in first class.
No. Wait a second.
Yeah, you did.
No, I was up there with our heroes, Howard and Vestal and Jake and Rex, our veterans. I had to make sure that our history gets here. Without them, we have no history. I mean, I was just up there trying to help them get over here.
I know. I think it's sweet. But by the time I get to ride in first class, you'll be history. You'll be dead, Bill. I want to ride in first class.
Mark, I'm not planning on dying, okay? I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah, no.
Bill, statistics prove 1 out of 1 die. Unless the Lord comes back, ain't none of us getting out of here alive.
I see. Well, at any rate, we offered you the first class thing. You know that.
Oh, I know it. I don't fly first class. I will not do it.
Why?
Because I found the safest place on the plane. And you may not know this. If you ever have to fly, you better remember this. The safest place on the plane is in the back. Because I have never seen a plane back into a mountain. Have you ever seen a plane wreck on CNN? The first class, they go first, buddy. That whole plane will be demolished, but that tail will be sticking up. I figure if I get my tail on the tail, I'll save my tail. That's where I'm sitting in the back of the plane.
So and in fact, you ought to be back by that little black box because they always find it.
Oh, the little black box I like. Yeah, that's where you need to be. You're skinny enough to get in it.
No.
Of course, you'd have to put a hairnet on that head. That is a safe. I don't know why they don't make the whole plane out of that material. That way they could save the whole plane instead of just the box.
Well, I tell you what. What?
I don't know. But I'm glad let me tell you why I'm glad to be here. Because I'm from here. I am from Ireland. I am from Ireland. My great-grandmother is from Ireland.
Come on.
And my on the other side is from Ireland too. My grandma told me that. She said we used to be old Lowry. It's true. That's what she told me. Did she lie to me? In fact, she said we used to be really Irish. We were Lowry. And I'm fixing to add them all back because every time I enter a room, they all go, Lowry. I want to be here.
Well, you think that's...
I may just stay.
They might want to vote on it.
You are for that too, aren't you? Jake.
You think that is something? My grandmother on my mother's side... No,
please don't go there.
No, I'm serious.
Are you going to say you were Gaither?
No. No, I'm serious. On my mother's side, come on, help me. On my mother's side, my grandmother was named Kelly. Is that a good Irish name, Kelly? Yeah.
Like Lowry Eden.
That's no, and
Was that her first name or her last?
her last?
Oh,
her last-
Kelly. Oh,
and
Kelly.
then Gloria's grandmother was named Mahoney. So these, Mark, these are my people. Speaking of Ireland, we know enough to be dangerous. I'm serious. We didn't know this much. But is it pronounced Celtic music? I'm not getting a whole lot of excitement on it, but we thought we would get some songs with a little bit of a Celtic flavor, and they river dance to this, Mark.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't.
I see. Well, no. Yeah, it's pretty close.
You can throw your back out.
See, you weren't nearly as bad as you thought you were.
Well, that's because you're good at editing. Sitting there cutting out all the... Whenever there's silence,